Hi, my name is Kathleen, and for those who don't know me, I'm the director at the Upper Saddle River Public Library. For today's Downtime Diversion, I'm going to show you how I created these cute little wine carrier bags. Since we all like to go to a BYOB and we're all eating outside these days, it's a super simple project and you don't really have to know really complicated knitting to do it. All you need to know how to do is how to do a purl stitch, a knit stitch, how to cast on, and how to cast off. It's a lot of fun and I think you'll find it really simple. To begin, let's talk about the material that you need. The first thing you need is pure wool. Now when I say pure wool, I mean wool that doesn't say it's washable, because the important thing about this is it has to be able to shrink because you're going to turn your knitted product into felt. For each of these projects, you need about 200 yards of wool in worsted weight. This ball is enough to complete each of the projects I showed you. You're going to be knitting in the round. Now, that means that you're going to have to do things just a little bit differently than you do when you knit on straight needles, because when you do a garter stitch, normally you just knit. Now you're going to have to knit and purl. I've cast on my 56 stitches here, and I've already done my first row, which is a purl row. I've put a marker at the beginning of my round and a marker in the middle of my round. This will be important later when you're trying to make your handle. Once you've done that, you're going to do 10 rows of garter stitch. Garter stitch is easy to see because it's ridged, and this is going to make the handle at the top of your carrier. When you get to the last row of the 10, you're going to cast off 13 stitches. And when you knit back around again, you're going to cast those 13 stitches back on. So you'll still have 56 stitches. Once you've done that, you can take out the marker in the middle. Now here's the easy part. You are just going to knit 56 stitches, one after the other, after the other, after the other, all the way down for 19 inches. You can do this while you are watching TV, having a conversation, watching a movie. It requires almost none of your attention, and it's super simple to do. Once you get the 19 stitches on, you're going to knit one row in purl stitch that makes your turning row, and then you're going to reduce the stitches to make the bottom of the bag. Now you've got the bottom of the bag, and you can see how long this is. You're going to put it into a linen bag, and you're going to put it in the wash. You're going to put it in hot water, and you're going to make sure you put a little bit of laundry detergent in. The laundry detergent is important because it helps the wool fibers loosen up, and then when the agitation comes, it's going to make them knit together more tightly. Now, in the linen bag just goes this, and put something else in the wash that can be done at high temperature. For example, a towel or something like that, because it's the friction that really helps the knit felt up. So now you can see what we started out with, and right here you can see what we end up with. When this comes out of the wash, it's wet and it looks a little bit like this. You're just going to straighten it up so that your handles match, and while it's still wet, you're going to put your bottle in it, and you're going to stand it up, and you're going to let it dry. So that's our easy project for making wine carriers. I will work on putting together some instructions for you, and we will try to link them to our webpage. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to call me at the library or send me an email. Hope you enjoy your knitting.